Good evening. I'm calling this meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. Can, Mr. Clerk, City Clerk, can you please take roll?
Councilmember Peralta,
Present.
Councilmember Melendez,
Here.
Councilmember Alonso, Mayor Pro Tem Romero,
Present.
Mayor Tamayo.
Here.
And Madam Mayor, before we go and announce public comments or closed session items, it should be reflected into the minutes tonight that Councilmember Rick Alonso will be participating from a remote location as permitted under the Just Cause provisions of the Government Code, inasmuch as he has a physical emergency that prevents his attendance in person. Tonight, all votes must be by roll call. And with that, the Mayor would be appropriate to see if there's any objection from the City Council to that taking place tonight.
Any
No
objection?
Mr. Councilmember Alonso, you will be participating remotely. With that, it's appropriate to go into the public comment portion of tonight's closed session. Mr. City Clerk, do we have any closed session public comment?
We have no speaker cards.
Thank you. And with your permission, Madam Mayor, I'll announce the closed session. At this time, we have two items for closed session: conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, the Quintanar versus City of Montebello workers' compensation matter, and also one matter of real property negotiations with Prime Store, as listed on the agenda. It's appropriate for the City Council to recess into closed session. It should also be noted that Councilmember Alonso will also be participating in closed session via telecommunication.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. We are coming out of closed session, and we'll start our regular business. But before that, Mr. City Attorney, can you please report out closed session?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Mayor, members of the council. The record should reflect the city council with all 5 members being present. Councilmember Alonso participating remotely, participated in closed session. Prior to recessing the closed session, the 2 items that were listed on the agenda were announced for discussion. That the city council received a briefing on conference with legal counsel, existing litigation. As listed on the agenda, the city council received a briefing from special counsel. Direction was provided, but no action is required to be reported at this time. On item number 2, conference with real property negotiators, the city council had a briefing from the city's negotiators. No action was taken on that matter, and nothing is required to be reported at this time. Madam Mayor, that concludes my report from closed session. It is appropriate to continue with the open portion of the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. City Attorney. We will continue with our invocation. Mr. Matanga, please.
Lord, we are meeting here today to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, bright thought and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Matanga. So we're going to continue with having our special guest do a Pledge of Allegiance. So before I bring him up, let me read something about Kyle Rocha. It's with sincere pleasure that the mayor and the city council present this certificate of recognition, which he'll get shortly, to Kyle Rocha for his participation in the Future Leaders of Montebello's program and for leading the Pledge of Allegiance at the January 28th, 2026 city council meeting. Kyle is a proud 4th grader student at Washington Elementary and has been an active member of the Montebello school community since kindergarten. He's enthusiastic about learning with a special interest in math and demonstrates a strong commitment to personal growth both and in and out of the classroom. Kyle stays active through boxing and through Muay Thai, demonstrating dedication, discipline, and perseverance, with big dreams of becoming an actor or a YouTuber. So get his autograph now. Kyle is recognized as a hardworking and motivated student who consistently gives his best efforts in school and in the gym and in everything he does. The city of Montebello proudly recognizes Kyle Rocha as one of the future leaders of Montebello and encourages him to continue striving for excellence and dreaming boldly and learning by example. So coming up, Kyle, please, the Pledge of Allegiance. You can come on up. Put your hand over your heart.
Everybody, please put their right hand over their heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Kyle. So if you want to stay, yes, we're going to take some pictures and present Kyle with the certificate.
looks great. On the count of three, 1, 2, 3. And we got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kyle, again, for coming out this evening and doing the pledge. Our next on the agenda, we have any corrections, Mr. City Manager, to the agenda?
Good evening, Mayor, council members. There aren't any corrections to the agenda today. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll proceed with our ceremonial presentations. So if council can join me up front for that, please. Okay, great. Let's see, we have. All right, so this evening, we're going to continue doing check presentations, and we're going to do it with the sports organizations this evening. So we will have the Montebello Indians. Come on up, please. I saw Kevin. Congratulations. Congratulations. Come on up. Congratulations. So there you go, Kevin. I'll read a little bit about the Montebello Indians. The Montebello Indians, who have proudly served the community for more than 60 years. They provide maybe I'll turn it this way. They provide youth with opportunities to participate in organized sports while learning the values of teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. Through athletic programs and mentorships, the organization supports healthy activity and positive youth development. Their work helps build confidence, character, and strong community connections for the youth participants and their family. Please give it up for the Montebello Indians. Can I have, if you want to, please share some words.
Well, on behalf of the Montebello Indians Youth Football and Cheer Organization, I just want to say thank you to the City Council for presenting us with this check. The Montebello Indians has been around since 1958, way longer than I've been around, and because of the City of Montebello and all the volunteers that I see here today and all the families that have come through, this organization cannot exist without that. So it's a strong community-based program, family-orientated, and we're very, very appreciative of all that the City of Montebello does, from providing us fields and lighting and everything else, and all the support that we need in order for us to run the program and serve the youth of Montebello. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, up next, Montebello Golden State Basketball Association. Come on up. Congratulations, congratulations. Thank you so much. Feel like my kids. Come on. I know. Oh, the light. Congratulations. Ooh, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Congratulations. All right, here you go. Montebello Golden State Basketball Association has been serving the Montebello community since 1955 by providing youth and access to organized basketball programs that emphasize skill development and teamwork. Through league play, coaching, and mentorship, the organization helps young athletes build confidence, discipline, and leadership skills. Their work contributes to positive youth engagement and strengthens ties throughout Montebello. Thank you, Golden State.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, on behalf of the Montebello Golden State Association, I want to thank the City Council for supporting the program. We have over 130 kids, at times maybe close to 300. So this is really going to be put to use in supporting some of our youth kids. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Golden State.
Thank you so much.
But you might want to wait because our next one, yes, also basketball.
Oh.
I did them back to back. Yes. So this is the Montebello Police Athletic and Activities League, known as PAL. The Montebello Police Athletic and Activities League has been a vital community partner, strengthening relationships between local youth and law enforcement through positive programs and activities. By offering sports, enrichment, and mentorship opportunities, PAL promotes trust, teamwork, and personal development. Their work provides safe, constructive outlets for youth while fostering stronger community connections and mutual respect. Congratulations, PAL.
Ditto, everything she said. As you can see, we're back to back. Montebello Golden State is the Winter League and PAL is the Summer League. And it's the same volunteers that have been with us over 10 years, some are longer. I've been with Golden State 18 years and PAL I started in 2013. And so it's like President Mondo said for Golden State, we do serve a lot of kids. I mean, 160 to 300, and everybody volunteers that helps. So it's a lot of work and dedication with our coaches. I see a coach here. George was part of our program for a while. And the cool thing now is that our volunteers that had their kids when they started, they are now coming back and coaching. So they're coming back and giving back to the community too, which is also cool. So this money is going to help us to continue to help those families that want to keep their kids busy. So if they're going to want to play, they're going to play with either league. Thank you.
Thank you to the PAL program. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. All right, let's have AYSO. Come on up. Montebello AYSO, Region 1065. Congratulations. No, congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations, Coach. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, Montebello AYSO Region 1065 has proudly been serving the community for many years by providing a positive, inclusive, and development-focused youth soccer experience. Through volunteer-led programs and emphasizes teamwork, sportsmanship, and fun, AYSO helps young athletes build confidence, character, and lifelong skills, both on and off the field. Their work supports healthy activity, youth development, and strong family involvement throughout Montebello's AYSO Region 1065 program. And their continued dedication plays an important role in strengthening our community. So congratulations, AYSO.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Baez. I want to thank the mayor, city council. I am proud to say that I was one of the founders of American Youth Soccer Organization 31 years ago. So I am proud. Gus is one of my old folks, Jorge, and some of our new ones. We wouldn't be able to do it without the city council and a lot of the parents. It's positive coaching, and we bring all of our kids that, of course, they are older. My kids are, we're not going to say their age. I'm not going to say my age. But all of the children, our children, are now coaching. My grandchildren are now playing, so they brought me back with my grandchildren. So we're very proud. This money is going to keep all of our families coming back. So this is how we keep the children off the street, and we are becoming friends and family because we're all sports family. So we all become families because I know Montebello's Indians, we become compadres, and, we all become family. It doesn't matter the sport. We rotate coaches. Coach Jorge, like he said, he was with PAL. So we rotate. Volunteer runs in our blood. It doesn't matter what sport it is. We all share each other. So thank you so much. We love our community. We keep going strong, and we continue. With Oliver, you just call on us. Don't call me, though. Call him. Everybody, we're always here. I mean, she used to be a soccer mom, and I'm sure all the other sports, but we thank everybody for welcoming us. And remember, if you don't want to stay home, go to soccer. Don't go to the other sports. I'm just kidding. As long as you stay out of the house and go and get involved in your community, find something to do. It's always amazing to get the kids out of the house and get them busy off the tablets and off the TV. Thank you.
Thank you, AYSO. No.
Thank you very much.
All right, next we have MBA, Montebello Baseball Association. Come on up, MBA. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. All right. I got softball, all right. Tony, congratulations. Hello, let me see. Yeah, you want to? I know. Okay, Montebello Baseball Association was founded in 1952. The MBA has long played an important role in the community by offering youth a structured and supportive environment to learn and enjoy the game of baseball and now softball. Through volunteer leaderships and organized league play, the association promotes sportsmanship, teamwork, and personal growth. Their programs encourage healthy lifestyles and create long-lasting memories for Montebello's youth and families. Please, let's give it up to MBA.
Sure. Good evening. My name is Tony, and I'm the commissioner. Been there 20 years. Flavio was actually the one that brought me into NBA, and I started as just a dad and nothing more. Just wanted to be a coach, and next thing you know, now I'm commissioner 20 years later. But I want to thank the City of Montebello for giving us this check, and it's going to help buy equipment for the kids to help them keep playing and maintaining the fields also. I mean, I know they're working hard on them right now, and I really appreciate that. And it's just not us. I mean, there's about 20 of us that are missing, and I'd like to thank them for all their support and just try to keep these kids playing and get them off the streets. And I want to thank all of you guys and all the city council here for their support, and we'll see you guys on opening day.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations, MBA. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause to all of our sports teams here in Montebello. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that concludes this portion. We'll head back up. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes. Okay. Next on our agenda is the state of the fire department. Do we have any speakers for this item?
Chief Pelaez, I'm sorry, Chief Pelaez will be giving the presentation.
The presentation,
Yeah.
okay. I'll hand it off to Chief.
Yeah, I'll go up there. Hope you can hear me here. Just gonna check this up here. Good evening, Mayor, members of City Council. Thank you. What I'm going to be presenting to you is the state of the fire department. We do it, I present every year to all line staff, all the men and women of the Montebello Fire Department. Usually do it in November, so we're a couple months ahead of it now. But anyways, I find it very interesting. So last year, we collaborated with a leadership team into, as part of our leadership training, we brought to the front our desire to build a new mission statement. Our mission statement had been around as long as I can remember. And we wanted something that aligned us and refocused us a little bit. So that's our new mission statement there, committed to excellence, united in purpose, driven by duty, and ready to serve. We proudly protect the citizens of Montebello with professionalism, integrity, and honor. As always, I like to start with our core values in everything we do, all our academies. It's everywhere in our stations. These are our core values. They are our guiding light. And I always tell the guys, especially our new recruits, if you live by that, you will have a very successful journey and a great career. And there they are. That's me. So there's our organizational chart. I'll break it down, and it'll start to explain itself as we go. Obviously, I'm at the top there as your fire chief. We have our deputy chief that oversees those 5 divisions. And then we have our assistant chief that oversees the 3 divisions. And it breaks down. You can see at admin, the amount of staff that we have. So it's as we go, it'll explain itself. Staffing levels, here's what we're authorized to hire. You can see back in 1920, I became chief in 1918. So we didn't put those in. But anyways, 1920 is what we were allowed to staff. And every year, as you can see, the growth, as the city expanded, as the demands grew, we grew our department. And obviously, with the support and the trust of the city council, city manager, and the rest of staff, we're now at 2025. We're right at 100 FTEs. Recruitment, 2019, you can see that we hired right under 15 employees, right about 12. 2020, our hiring got a little better. 21, we dipped, and that's according to staffing levels. We in 2018, we were severely understaffed, so we had quite a issues as far as recruiting and retention. Now, as you can see, in 24, it was our biggest. 40 employees were hired. One of the things that we do in the fire department, we have a very robust miniature HR team that works closely with Ramon Figueroa's HR team, and we're able to kind of move them along and expedite them because, as you know, the region is suffering from staffing. There's a staffing crisis, so we don't want to wait too long with somebody, and 6 months, 7 months, somebody else can take them. So we like to get them through within 6 to 8 weeks. That's very reasonable. I'll speak a little bit about our budget. This is a slide that Director Solarza provided to us. It's very telling. Thank you, Michael, for it. It's amazing. It really paints the picture where we were in 2019-20. You can see the budget of $11 million. You can see the actual, and then you can see the adopted budget there. You can see where we're at now. Obviously, a 62% increase in budget, 51% in increase in accruals there. There's some stats in fire admin. So as you saw the graphs go up with staffing and things, I could tell you in 2018, I had one person assigned to me as far as my secretary. My hands were really tied as far as trying to get things done. Here's what we did last year in 12 months. We completed 30 staff reports. We opened approximately 120 POs. Payroll checks that we processed were 2,500, obviously in collaboration with Michael's team. We managed 14 grants successfully, and we submitted for 7 grants. That's a lot of work for any staff, for any department. We also regained control of our social media. In 90 days, we had over 370,000 views. As you can see, that's our story. We use that for recruitment. I get calls all the time on people asking me, hey, who's running your social media? That's an awesome story. Our celebrity right now is Nacho on social media. I think you guys know who he is, our K9, and Delta. Grant management right there. Those are the grants that we successfully are managing right now. The SAFER grant, 15 positions, that was around $6.2 million. Our Plymo events, what those are, they're diesel exhaust system that our engines connect to the exhaust so that no diesel is left in the station when they're backing in or pulling out or start the engines. As you know, diesel is a carcinogen, and it's something that we take very serious, our firefighters' health and safety. So we got a grant for that one. So all our stations have the Plimo vents. Starlink program, also a grant that we got for $450,000. I'll explain it here in a bit. Our SCBAs are our gear that we wear in the back when we go into fires. We got a $500,000 grant to purchase those. Cannabis education, it was about a $2 million grant. Our CBDG, thanks in working with Director Palumbi's team, we were able to secure a squad for about $350,000. Our EOC grant, that was huge. That was about 2.2. We went back to Washington and did some, a lot of, how would I say it, with our lobbyist back there, and also the Congresswoman Linda Sanchez, we were able to secure a little over $2 million. Encampment grant through Homeless Services. And a lot of these grants, we use our consultant and also our assistant city manager was heavily involved in writing a lot of these grants with our staff. Our permanent local housing, our PHLA, homeless services, all these grants here that I'm talking about, they're about $15 million that we're managing right now. There's our squad that we were able to get for $320,000. That's projected. It was projected for June and October. We just got notice that the vehicle came in. The box is now being installed here locally in Pomona. So we should probably have that squad here in 2 months. That'll be our third paramedic squad that you guys approved. Project update on Station 4. There's the land there up in the hills. We started looking and soliciting funds from our representatives and our state and federal. Linda Sanchez, our congresswoman, committed to $1 million. Our senator, Bob Archuleta, I get big supporters here, $1.5 million. And then the hills, approximately about $1 million right now. So it's work in progress, but we're heading in the right direction. That was our local hazard mitigation plan that we accomplished last year. That's a citywide plan. The old one had expired. They're good for 5 years. What this does is it allows us to put in for grants. And it's an amazing document. If you haven't read it, I encourage everybody to read it. I encourage all our firefighters to read it. It's just a lot of work went into it. And thank all the directors, all the departments, everybody participated. And this was a joint effort. And this was done through, obviously, Jacob Green and Associates. Also, this was through a grant. So we tried not to impact the general budget as much as we can. That's an employee wellness program that we have. It's been a couple of years since we started it. It's through the Counseling Team International. What they are is services are available to all our firefighters, men and women. It's free to them. We pay a monthly rate every month, and it's anonymous. And it's also on their phone. They can download the app. It's called a Cortical Wellness app. Amazing tool. I don't get to know who's reaching out to them. The only thing I get is this month we had 3 contacts, 4 contacts, 5 contacts. It's all I get. So it's protected, and they get to seek the help they need. I think some of the calls that they're seeing now are very horrific, and if we can get ahead of it and help these kids and these firefighters, give them the support they need. Not only that, it's also for their personal life. So anything we can do to support the wellness of our individuals, it definitely pays dividends. There's the Starlink, the $450,000 grant. I was just informed today that the vehicles are in, and we're going to be picking them up on Monday. It's not that vehicle. I wish it was, but they're trucks. So we got 5 vehicles through a grant. That was a lot of work, and we worked on it for the last year and a half. And what that is, obviously, they're all going to have that Starlink Wi-Fi. So in case there's an earthquake, in case we have any kind of disaster, we'll be able to communicate in the city. So it's an amazing tool, obviously, for us for emergency. That's what it looks like there. Project update, strategic plan. So we started this already this year. It's definitely, we're meeting with the consultant. Jacob Green is assisting us. I've had multiple meetings already, and we're on schedule for finishing it in March. That's something that I've wanted to accomplish. It's definitely a roadmap. It is a succession plan also, and it identifies all our strengths. I can tell you this, in meeting with the consultant, she updated me last week. She says that she was really impressed with the response from the guys. They did an anonymous survey to all the members. And she said the morale was one of the highest we've ever seen in any agency. So you guys are doing the right thing. Continue with what you're doing. And that was anonymous. I didn't have anything to do with it. That was just, so I thought that was kind of nice. But we should have it done this year, hopefully by March. And that'll be available for everybody to read, and we'll come here and formally present it to council. Project update. So our EOC consisted for a long time of a white picnic table and some folding chairs. To me, that was unacceptable. A city of our caliber and who we are, we're better than that. So we secured some funding, and most of the work was done by the firefighters. The flooring, a lot of the work that you see there, and we'll arrange a tour for council. So we're ready to do a grand opening on it. But in 23 we secured the funding. 24, 25 we spent a whole year working there. And again, we got a lot of support from Public Works. I got to thank all the directors, finance, everybody really came together, because this is, again, the city's EOC. It's not the fire department's EOC. But like I said, if and when it's needed, there it is, ready to go, and it's not completed. So very proud of that one. Operations, that's where the bulk of our staff is in operations. That's where a lot of the hard work is getting done there. That's the boots on the ground. Those are the guys you see at the end of your 9/11 when you call 911. Incidents, medicals, it doesn't surprise me, continue to rise in nature. They're rising every year. We're at approximately 84.5% in medical calls. We were at 80% last year, a year ago from that last year. So there you go. That's the blue. The red are fires, and the white, the yellow are services, public assist, and those nature. We're on track for 6,500 calls. We actually exceeded that last year. This was presented in November to all the members of the fire department. HAZMAT program, I'm proud to say, I want to thank Director Soria for this. He was instrumental in helping us fund this. We took 30 individuals, and we created a HAZMAT program. The city funded $150,000 for technician training. So 30 personnel now are certified specialists. This was secured through a grant. Also, and a lot of the resources came from transit too. Thank you, John, for that. Appreciate it. So if we have, and we do move a lot of hazmat through our city. Just know the trains are moving hazmats every day. The freeways, the south. So having our first responders ready to go and understanding what we're facing before we get a type 1 hazmat unit in the city, which could be up to an hour, this is valuable, very valuable right here. So these are all now hazmat technicians, 30 individuals. Wildland, a year ago, California was burning. After several years of being dormant, we're back. We're providing a mutual aid. I could tell you we're very involved. We were involved in the airport fire, the Nixon, the Palisades, the Mountain, the Eaton, Madre, Wolves. We send out different staff, also single resources throughout the state. We do recoup quite a bit of resources from this as far as monetary. So we're also providing help to our partners, but we're also providing training and building relationships in the state, which is super important when we apply for grants and things like that. That's one of the things that for years I heard as we applied, as we were trying to engage. They kept saying, well, Chief, when are you going to engage in the state? And when are you going to reciprocate? So I can honestly say that right now Montebello is very heavily involved in, proud of the guys going out there. Dangerous work, hard work, but they bring back valuable training for us here. I do like bling. Since I've been here, we've had this badge that I'm wearing. So we decided as something, we worked on it for the last couple of years. This is the design that the guys came up with. So they've been ordered. They're highly polished. What I like about it the most is that our vision statement is in the badge. It's our vision statement. I no longer have to buy a generic badge. This is made for Montebello. So the guys now can identify with who we are. So I felt that was really important. USAR, we're back. I was a USAR team member early in my career. I spent 10 years as part of a FEMA team. I was a K-9 handler, but it's been dormant for over 20 years. So I'm proud to bring it back. Those are the guys working the Eaton and the Palisades fire, searching, obviously, for recovery work, hard work. And so those are our guys. That's our team there. Obviously, Nacho gets all the attention now. There he is in one of the pictures. Yeah, everybody loves him. So for the first time in 2 decades, like I said, we have a K-9. And we're part of a RTF, Regional Task Force 2, which is made up of Downey, Santa Fe Springs, Montebello, Compton, and there's West Covina and Torrance. We make up Regional Task Force 2. Emergency Medical Services, there's our squad that we brought back thanks to the council. We voted, you guys approved it. We brought it to you, and it's been amazing. They've taken a lot of the calls from the engine. We were running the engines to the ground. So here we are. The other thing we're looking at, we're wrapping up an EMS transportation optimization study, and we're looking also we're establishing internship partnerships with El Camino College, Glendale Community College, and Mount Sag, and that is to develop our firefighters and send them to paramedic school, something we've never done. We've been using PTI, Paramedic Training Institute, for so many years, but again, we're only limited to the amount of sponsorships we can have, 1 to 2 a year. So as we grow our department, as we bring on firefighters, we're now building relationships with those colleges and able to use their paramedic program. Obviously, with the transition to squads, these amounts of paramedics that we have and EMTs. So there's definitely, I call it the farm league. We bring them on and then we send them and we get them through paramedic school and we bring them back and they're now firefighter medics. But I love working with the community, with our local talent and bringing them and having the opportunity to hire them as firefighters and send them to medic school. Training, we've hired over 30 new probationary firefighters. We've trained them. It's ongoing, obviously in the region. It's never going to end here. Training is the first thing a firefighter sees when they walk in the fire station. They're handed their helmet, their gear, their turnouts, their boots, and they're trained. And that's the memory they walk away with. And I can still remember my first training officer, my first captain. It's impactful. So to me, training, we've done a complete overhaul and revamp of training. We've taken outdated manuals, lined them up with state fire training. We've so make sure we're not only minimizing our risks, but if something should happen, we're following all the guidelines that the state and the federal government has set. So it's been an overhaul of training. It's been a heavy lift, but with that is where the staff that you saw in those graphs were able to help me achieve this. I couldn't have done this by myself. Explorer program, I mean, probably one of my best programs. I love those kids. They really are the backbone. At every event, they're there, positive energy. That's our future right there. That's how I see it. Those are the kids. Why I create the firefighters, but we created the firefighter positions. Why we did the partnerships with these different colleges, because they want to work. That is our future right there. And they show up every time at every event with a smile, and they're the first ones to go to work and the last ones to leave. So, yeah, so we're very proud, Montebello, and we're full right now, and we're always taking applications, and Like I said, I can't talk enough about the Explorer program. Sponsorship program. So we're using Verdugo, Rio Hondo for Fire Academy. So when we bring it on a Explorer, he does not have an academy, so we have to sponsor him. So those are relationships that we built. As you can see, for Verdugo, we sponsored 2 in August of 25. In May, we sponsored 2. This Verdugo, we got an upcoming class, and we have 6 individuals that have submitted packets. For Rio Hondo, in 25, we sponsored 1. 25, also in May, we sponsored 3. So we're continuing to sponsor these kids through a Rio Hondo and paramedic school. We can't stop. And this is thinking out of the box, because I could just say, I'm not going to do any of this. I'm just going to hire people that are ready, that apply. But there's a lot of buy-in when you take homegrown talent and you develop them. And this is what we're doing. Can't speak enough about this division. Oh my gosh, what do you say about Sandra? Always out there. I see her here at 9 o'clock. She gets here sometimes early in the morning. I just ran into her in the hallway. She was with the client. It is an amazing MCAP. It does amazing work. That's the division. We have Operation Stay Safe, Your Home Initiative. So here's what they've done. Here are the numbers for last year. They've done 200 outreach engagements. They have 87 new participants. They're managing 584 cases. That is a lot of work to manage. You're talking a lot of time on the phone, checking up on them, taking them to their appointments, making sure that their needs are met as best as we can. We are limited to the staff we have. Permanent housing, 35 clients were permanently housed. We've done 27 well checks, and we have 51 new clients, and we house 22 people. And there's Operation Stay Safe at the bottom. Communications, we are a regional player in communications, as I stated earlier. That's our tower there. We moved into a new communication shop, TDMA. We completed all our radio upgrades for PD and fire. We oversee police, fire, and transit. And we also have other agencies that are on our system. 10 local cities, public services utilize our system. So it is a 24/7 full-time operation. Obviously, communications go down. It's serious. So I was just down there today meeting with Mark, which is our communications supervisor, and just I try to meet with them as much as I can, because there's always something happening in communications. We are going to be going back to Washington in April. There is some money that's freeing up for communications. So as always, we're chasing it as best as we can. We try not to impact the general fund. That's Yvette. Community risk reduction. You gotta love that smile, right? They're amazing. That's our former Fire Prevention Bureau. Now the name is changed to Community Risk Reduction. So Community Risk Reduction in 24, we obtained 100% compliancy with the state mandated inspections. That's the second year we have. There was no way I could achieve that in the past, not till we hired staff. What that means is that 871 residential occupancies were inspected, 28 educational groups E. Those are huge. And they completed multiple inspections, including final construction of the following projects: Cesar Chavez, 6th Street, Topgolf, Metro Heights, Phase A, and Tesla dealership. So there's a lot of work at their desk, a lot of plant checks and licensing. Community risk reduction division also, they're working in multiple buildings with non-working and fire protection systems and brought it to compliance. So we do a lot of that too. This is our LHRA, obviously. That is creating a lot of throughout the state because of what the state declaring that area as severity zone. But with the forestation going up there, it's gonna, and also just so you guys know, our ISO is being looked at right now. We reapplied. We were at a 3, we went to a 2, and hopefully we'll get to a 1. And that would be huge as far as helping with insurance rates. There's our CERT program, that's Captain Robinson. We have a community risk reduction coordinator now, that is Veronica Lara. She oversees the CERT program. We've run, obviously they meet the third Wednesday of every month. I had them move it to Thursday so I can attend because sometimes the council meetings get in the way. So they're gonna move them to Thursday. But amazing program, amazing volunteers. I can't say enough about where we want to go with this program. We just started. It's just groundbreaking right now. Our next projects, one of the things that we're looking at is to launch a women's fire and medical emergency prep academy, one of the first in the region to develop women and equip them to become firefighters. We did the South Christmas tree lighting. I thought that was amazing. It was a great event. I'm very honored to host that in the South. We'll continue to do it. We established a wellness and peer support program. One of the things that we're going to be working on for this year, and speaking to the chief, our SWAT medic program. We're going to seek funding for a public safety training facility and hopefully look at finding a grant for a joint command center mobile vehicle. And we'll continue with wellness and mental health safety training for our staff. That concludes my presentation. I hope I didn't take too long. I'd be honored to take any questions, but first and foremost, I want to thank the City Council for your support because you entrusted me with this department and I take it very serious, and this is your department, and I hope I'm making you proud. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Chief Pelaez. You are making us proud, and thank you for this presentation. I'll take any questions. Councilmember Melendez.
Thank you, Mayor. First, just want to thank you, Chief, for your leadership. I also want to thank all the firefighters and everybody who's part of the fire department for your hard work. And as we saw here in this presentation, there's so many different components that go into our fire department. I also want to commend all the hard work when it comes to grants. I think you mentioned 15 million that we're currently managing. That's amazing. I mean, that's a testament to everybody's hard work in the department. So I think that needs to be highlighted. You mentioned the new station, Station 4, and if you covered this, I apologize, but is there a timeline of when this, I know there's still many layers and there might be more funding that possibly will be needed. And then as a follow-up question, how many firefighters are we expecting for that new station to be there? I know it might be too early, but just wanted to see.
No, good questions. Council member, of course, fire chief would always want to see a station built in a year. Is that realistic? I don't know, but I believe in miracles, so I think we can get it done once the funding is there. Funding is starting to roll in. We have momentum. I think we have to strike right now while the iron is hot. So I feel that within 2 years, but hopefully within the year. As far as staffing goes, and this is all again depending on funds as they become available and the grants come in. And as far as staffing, we want to put an engine up there and a squad, the third paramedic squad. So you're talking 6 individuals up there. That is a very, very busy area to the north. On the other side of the 60 freeway, the response on the 60 freeway, we're always there. And the delay from 55, there's quite a delay to get up there. So 6 personnel would be ideal up there.
Got it. Thank you, Chief.
Any other questions?
Just wanted to just thank you for such a comprehensive review of our fire department. Montebello is a very small city, but we are a full-service city. So unlike most of our cities in the region, we have our own fire and police department. Other cities contract out. And so to have our own fire and police department is something that we're very proud of, but it also means that we need to really invest in the tools, personnel, and resources to ensure that we have strong departments that meet the needs and services that our residents deserve. And so I want to thank your leadership. I want to thank our firefighters, administration, and all those that are working every day to ensure that we are able to provide these services to our residents. I mean, to hear that we have over 100 employee FTEs, to have brought on new certifications like HAZMAT, USAR, to have canines back after 20 years, and the overhaul and training This is a lot of work. We are not only fighting fires, we're providing homeless services, we're providing communication, we're providing support. And so I just want to thank you for truly bringing this presentation forward and really keeping us as well as our community informed on all that you do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any other comments?
Mayor, Councilmember, if I may, unless you
Yes,
have some
no, go
comment? No, just wanted to add a little bit. Well, first, I did want to commend the fire chief for his stewardship and his leadership of his department. As he's giving this presentation, I just want to highlight, because you mentioned right now the 100 full-time employees that he has currently in 2019. And it was noted as a graph, but just to highlight, he had 59 employees in 2019, and he was still providing the same level of service to our community. It was concerning that's the level of how many employees he had, and he was able to still provide emergency response to all our residents of our city. Also, budget. I did want to commend the council for their leadership and their commitment to our fire department. The investment, same thing. If you look at just the financially where the department was 5-6 years ago, I mean, you're talking about tens of millions of dollars that have been invested to the fire department for their operations. I dug a little bit more, asked finance to kind of just more context, right, in terms of how much investment we've done with the fire department since 2020 in terms of equipment and training apparatuses. We've invested almost $6.6 million in the fire department. That includes fire trucks, rescue vehicles, training materials that they need. That's a significant investment that the city of Montebello has made. What wasn't captured is actually something that we talked about in the last meeting, $800,000 plus improvements to Station 56. The roof project was something that was talked about for many, many years. It was always a concern. We were able to shift some money around, get some additional monies, but this is a project that just got completed, and we'll be doing a grand opening pretty soon. Also, the commend the city council for their commitment to the actual employees in terms of salaries and benefits. This past year, we did approve a new MOU for our fire department personnel. And fire department personnel, just a reminder, council did approve a 3-year agreement with 15% raises for them over a 3-year period. This is significant when we are very fiscally conservative in our city. But if you're just looking generally, regionally, many municipalities are actually downsizing and not only giving salaries, they're actually eliminating positions. And we have the benefit of being very fiscally responsible, making tough decisions, and able to maintain the same level of service and actually increase the salaries and the benefits that our employees have done, including paramedic pay, additional education incentives, longevity, and then one that actually captures all the employees, but also the fire department. Last year, for the first time in 16 years, the city council approved an increase in the health benefits for all our employees. 500 plus employees received a health benefit increase across the board, which obviously applied to our fire department. So thank you, Chief, again, for your leadership. You went through some hard times. We're in a good place. The department is in a really good place. We're providing quality service, but also want to commend the city council for their commitment and their investment in our fire department. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Chief. So you've been our chief for how long?
8 years now.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for highlighting all the great things that are happening with our fire department and also like the Women's Fire Academy. That's exciting to come. So again, we appreciate all of your efforts.
Yeah. And thank you again for all your support. Really appreciate it.
Okay, next we have public comment. Mr. City Manager.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. This is the time for public comments from the audience on non-agenda items. Anyone who wished to address the City Council should have filled out a card by this point in time. I've been informed by the City Clerk we have 7 speaker cards. Is that correct? And so, Madam Mayor, it would be appropriate to call on the City Clerk to start reading the names.
First speaker is Randy Kay, followed by Dulce Garcia.
Good evening. I'm here with an update regarding the proposed data center in Monterey Park. I'm not an outsider. I live 85 feet from the border. Residents of Montebello and Alhambra are Beesiders, not outsiders. At the last meeting, a 45-day ban on data centers was passed. I think they want to tire us out by making us come out meeting after meeting, but this delay is giving us the opportunity to get more information out to the public. To date, no significant outreach has been done by the city nor the applicant. We owe thanks to our wonderful local news stations, magazines, and local independent reporters for the time they have taken and the work they have done to cover this very important story. The next Monterey Park meeting is February the 4th, and we need as many people as possible to come out to oppose the project. The City Council said they were prepared to consider a permanent moratorium on data centers. We want that. In future, we need to elect local politicians, not based on what they say they will do for us, but instead get agreements from them before the election to ensure they won't do to us what we do not want them to do to us, like build an AI data center. And if they cannot agree, we need to put up our own candidates whom we know we can trust to represent our interests. Meanwhile, what we are seeing around the neighborhood is extensive water main replacement, power poles being replaced, blocks and blocks of power line work being done, and from what I understand, water meter replacement in the entire city of Monterey Park. Hopefully, Garvey Reservoir is not for sale. Why so much infrastructure repair and replacement? Is all this work in preparation for a data center? The proposal has not been passed. No work should be done before a proposal is passed. I'm hoping this is regular maintenance and not what I think it's really for. Are businesses close to the proposed site aware of the proposal? Costco, Petco, Kaiser Montebello medical offices, the new Hobby Lobby, and the Montebello Town Center will all suffer should this data center be built. I visited a small flower shop near Resurrection Cemetery. They had no idea a data center was proposed. If you thought that your loved ones laid to rest there would finally be at peace, think again, because the hum and vibration from a data center can travel farther than 0.9 miles. What a shame that would be for their families. If the City Council refuses to pass a moratorium and tries to pass this horrific project by doing a full environmental impact study, the firm chosen to do it should be one that is independent and unbiased, not one with a track record of getting data centers built. After completion, there should be a second independent review by a different engineering firm hired to carefully review the entire report to ensure that it is correct and complete. Thank you very much for your time. We consider Montebello family, Alhambra family, and Monterey Park family, so we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comment.
Next speaker is Dulce Garcia, followed by Rosa Tamayo.
Hello, my name is Dulce Garcia. I'm a California Climate Action Fellow, and I am here on behalf of Heart of Compassion and Pastor Eric. We wanted to share our 2025 community impact. Because of your partnership with us, families had food on their tables, kids had gifts to open, and people felt cared for when they most needed it. Here's what you helped do during the holidays. 155,000 pounds of food was shared, over 3,000 people were served, 15,000 pounds of turkeys were given away, and 4,000 toys were delivered. Throughout 2025, your support made an even bigger difference, and we had a 40% increase in food shared compared to the previous year. For the whole year, 17 million pounds of food were distributed, $34 million of estimated food value of food was distributed. There were over 1,800 total volunteers, and over 34,000 volunteer hours were completed. We are 95% volunteer-based, so we really appreciate all of our volunteers. And over 500,000 individuals were assisted through our distributions. We want to thank you for your partnership and working with us to help residents with food insecurity. The numbers of residents we help is much higher than our CDPG numbers show, since individuals are hesitant to complete the forms, and we serve everyone regardless of whether or not they choose to share that information with us. We currently don't have our 2026 events planned out yet, but once we do, we'll go ahead and share it with you guys so you can share with your constituents. Thank you so much once again, and God bless.
Thank you for your comment.
Next speaker is Rosa Tamayo, followed by Raúl Hurtado.
Buenas noches.
Mayor Georgina Tamayo en City Council. Yo soy Rosa Tamayo y quería decirles que tenemos un problema muy grande con el dinero federal. Por favor, lo más que se pueda, no vayan a gastar ni 25 centavos del dinero que tienen en el dinero federal, porque no va a venir más dinero federal. Así que, por favor, pongan atención, porque para junio no vamos a tener nada. Yo no sé cómo le van a hacer para pagar a los empleados. Yo sé que Raúl Álvarez, City Manager, te aseguraste de tener tu salario en tu bolsa, pero ¿sabes qué? Yo no sé qué va a pasar. Lo que yo estoy escuchando por el Estado y por el federal es que no vamos a tener dinero. Ahora otra cosa, la supremacía del capítulo 1 y 2 fueron los que nos fregaron más con las rentas, con todo lo que subió y taxes también. Entonces, la tenemos en la espalda la supremacía y ustedes lo saben muy bien. Entonces, también tienen que poner atención, porque por eso mismo no vamos a tener dinero federal. En el año pasado yo les dije, cuiden ese dinero, no vayan a tocar nada, porque si lo tocan, yo sé, yo voy a poder saber si lo tocaron. Y por favor, yo sé que hicieron, porque no hay, ahora mismo, no hay apartamentos que se pueda pagar a 1,700. No le dieron la oportunidad a veteranos a pagar una vivienda de 1,700. Es una injusticia, no tuvieron oportunidad en Montebello los veteranos de vivir acá. Lo mismo que hizo Downey y también Pico Rivera y no me recuerdo qué otra ciudad. ¿Fueron muy codiciosos o qué pasó?
Mayor, that concludes the 3 minutes.
Gracias por su comentario.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Next speaker is Raul Hurtado, followed by Levon Protero.
Yeah, good evening. Public communication on items of community interest. I want to re-emphasize the word integrity, and I want to re-emphasize the many procedures that a police officer has to go to be a police officer. You don't go into an office, fill out an application, and a week later they call you, here's your badge and here's your gun, you're a police officer. There's many, many things that a police officer has to do. That's why I respect them, admire them, and I just respect them for what they have to do. They have to go through training, interviews, background check, so many things that go before they are actually hired. And then even after they're hired, they have to go out for training on the streets with another officer. It's a big process to go through to be a police officer. That's why, like I say, I respect them. And it's good that we do that because naturally we want the best out on the streets to help us, to protect us, all the many things that they do. But unfortunately, the word integrity starts with a city manager that has no integrity. He brought the police chief back that has no integrity. And now he's hiring, promoting people that have no integrity. An officer that shot at another officer, the same officer cheated, ripped off the city. Nothing was ever done, covered it up, so now he's promoted. I don't agree with that, but I'm getting cut short here. I want to make sure that you remember this word, command oral, part of the procedure that they have to go through. Please remember that, because when I come back here, we're going to talk about that I'm going to talk about command oral. And to discover the corruption that's going on in the police department, that, thanks to our city manager, has promoted that atmosphere. We have a divided police officers now, they're divided. Thanks to that guy over there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comment.
Next speaker is Levon Patero, followed by Linda Nicholas.
This damn thing's heavy. Too many padlocks to try to keep the damn drug dealers out of my house. Last time I was here, I gave the address 848, 849. That's South 4th Street. I didn't say South. For anybody that wants fentanyl. And the house north of me is 841. They just watch the cameras in my house for 12 hours. Then they're off duty. And then the house on the south takes over, or the one across the street. Anyway, yeah, about a month ago, I laid down on my couch. Boom, 2 hours went by. Well, what they do is they chloroform you. And I know damn well I had a needle put in me. And ever since then, I've lost weight. I couldn't eat, got back pain. That's the way they murder you in Montebello. Thanks to the damn police department. I don't think I'm the only one that thinks the city's corrupt. Anyway, yeah, I could talk for 3 hours. I've had enough. I hope I see you next 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to bug the hell out of you before they kill me off.
Thank you for your comment.
Next speaker is Linda Nicholas, followed by James Santana.
Good evening. My name is Linda Nicholas. I'm the co-founder of Match 90640. This evening, I would like to address a huge problem with the police department dispatcher that thinks it's appropriate to tell a 911 caller to open their doors to somebody that's banging on their door, trying to get into their home. On Tuesday, January the 20th, at 8 p.m., a neighbor called my daughter scared a man was looking into her windows, trying to get into her home. She called 911, no response. The man proceeded across the street, banged on my daughter's door. She has Dobermans inside with her for her protection. Again, dispatcher told her, open the door and see what he wants. After waiting an hour and 20 minutes for police to show up, my daughter called and told the dispatcher to forget the police call, to call the coroners and send them instead. Within 2 minutes, 3 police cars showed up. That is not acceptable. I have always felt safe here in our city with our police officers to protect us. I do not blame the police department. I blame the dispatcher for her ridiculous answer. My niece is the dispatcher for the Roseville Police Department and told me the dispatcher's response was very inappropriate and she needs to be retrained in the 911 call responses. Next, on the same day, earlier in the day, on the 20th of January, a huge dog attack happened at the dog park. 5 dogs were fighting. And a man tried to separate the dogs from attacking his dogs. He was injured. His hand was severely mauled to the point where he lost fingers. It took 7 minutes for the paramedics to respond. It was across the street from the police department, and not one police officer showed up. Why? To the speaker that thinks everything is sunshine and roses, please see the video of the 3 restrooms posted by the gentleman that's going around to different locations, rating the restrooms. All 3 were given an F. Blood on the walls, needles on the floor, excrement on the floors and walls, toilet seats, terrible conditions for our children to experience. Sorry, Scarlett, there's no money now that you wasted $700,000 on that damn dog park. That's going to cost us a lot of lawsuits. There's a sign at the dog park that was closed for repairs. What the hell? The dog park was just open June of last year, and it's in for repairs? Try to fix the restroom for the children. That's far more urgent. At the meet and greet, I spoke to Supervisor Solis's representative Ponce in front of you, Mayor Tamayo. And she agreed with me when I stated the state is in a deficit, the county is in a deficit. We are not getting any federal funding at all. Ms. Ponce even said President Trump is taking back money from us. She told Mayor Tamayo, be very careful how money is spent because there will not be any funding or grant money available this year. Please listen and educate yourselves with how money is spent and err on the side of caution. Our city's survival depends on it. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Next speaker is James Santana.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and fellow residents. My name is James Santana, and I'm here in my own personal capacity this evening. I've stayed quiet on the incident for the last two council meetings, but tonight I want to speak up for a neighbor, Bill Poliso. He couldn't be here this evening, and while we haven't always seen eye to eye on everything, he doesn't deserve what happened to him this last year. No one does, especially not a resident that's trying to make his voice heard in our community. I was at an event on July 20th, 2025, a city cleanup, right alongside Mr. Poliso, and I witnessed a whole incident take place firsthand. Everybody in the city was invited, there were city vehicles, there was a staff member there, and yet a police report was filed after case 25-4138, and both alleged victims, Councilmember Rick Alonso and Councilwoman Scarlett Peralta, also named me in their statements. They described me as someone who comes to these council meetings, and I've had arguments with Alonso. That's a lie, I've never talked to him. Also that I've been disrespectful and inappropriate towards Ms. Peralta. And if she means that I call her out and keep her accountable, then she's telling the truth. These accusations raise serious questions about judgment and character, and this was a battery report, Penal Code 242, but there was no injuries, there was no medical help, as the report clearly states. Councilmember Alonso actually welcomed the interaction with Bill and Bill had the right to be upset. He is not getting a representative. We don't even have him here tonight. Also, he's upset with his former friend, who also made this accusation against him. Mr. Alonso did say what Bill said this last meeting, that he would never engage Mr. Poliso, that he's done nothing productive for our community. And so we still volunteered at that event, and we just didn't stay for the group photo. So what I'm concerned about is that if residents like me weren't present, there would have been 3 council members and their friends that would have tried to weaponize the police department against a former supporter and now turned critic. Did they think about what could happen? Did they think about an arrest, a criminal record, his family, the stress, the job, all because of a welcome conversation at a public event? So I don't think that the majority here is taking into consideration the real people and how they're being affected. Residents should also be concerned that at this event, there was no PPE required, there was young adults there, and we were taken into the riverbed to clean, which is not city property. Mayor Tamayo, I want to remind you that you appointed Rick Alonso to that seat that he's not sitting in today, and instead he wants to paint people that disagree with him as an enemy. These choices are going to have consequences. Why does District 5 have to suffer because of a decision that you made? Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
Madam Mayor, that concludes all speaker cards for non-agenda items.
Madam Mayor, if I may take just a point of privilege, because I think it's extremely important, and this is a comment that I'll share directly with my colleagues, not to the audience, but to my colleagues, and I think the state of how interactions play out among council and our residents. I think as an elected official, I fully understand and respect and uphold the right to freedom of speech. Healthy dialogue is extremely essential in the work that we do. That's how we operate in this democracy and how we operate here in the city of Montebello. Over the past 5 years, myself, my family, supporters, many on this council have been verbally harassed, have been mistreated. Many of us still, despite that, continue to engage, continue to welcome everyone to our events, and continue to do our best in terms of representing our constituents. When we are in this political climate where we don't know how folks might engage with us, I think that is where there's a lot of concern. Previously in the past, when situations have happened, I have never spoken out, have never sought help, have never filed a police report. And I was always told, well, if you didn't do that, then it didn't happen. There was an incident that did take place earlier last year at a community event where individuals came to an event that we hosted with what I believe is an intent to agitate. When you cross a personal space to the point where I feel unsafe or to the point where you are making physical contact with me, that is a line that is crossed. And for me, it was extremely important to speak up and to actually take action, because I don't know the next time around whether that individual who has that anger or who has whatever issues that they may be dealing with to come. I'm taking a point of privilege that my colleagues have given me. I'm taking a point of privilege that my colleagues have given me. It's important for me to make these comments because as council, we never speak up. We come to these meetings, we listen, we engage. But it's extremely important for me to speak up, especially as words are twisted or situations are twisted. As a council member, I'm always happy to engage with my community. And so I ask that those engagement opportunities remain healthy, but it's also about not crossing those personal lines where you make people feel unsafe, especially when you cross that line of making physical contact with someone. And so you may feel how you feel, but there were witnesses there. There were students there that felt very unsafe. And for me, it's important to speak up because I'm not going to allow people to twist a situation that wasn't the way that they are speaking it was. There's a side to every story,
Madam Mayor,
but it was important for myself.
I'm going to call Ms. Nicholas out of order, Madam Mayor, and if she continues that way, we'll have to have her removed from the audience. Thank you.
It's important for myself to speak up in these situations because those lines were crossed, and that is not appropriate because as council, we don't go up and make physical contact with people. We don't do those things. And so for me, it was important to speak up because for a long time, I've always stayed quiet, never filed reports. I do my job, but that's not right, especially in the political climate that we are now. We see whether it's among neighbors or even elected officials getting harassed, getting things thrown at them, that's not right. I think we can engage in a healthy way, and I ask that, let's do it, but don't cross those personal boundaries where you actually make physical contact with someone. And so for me, it was important to say these words because it's not fair when sometimes people come up here and make these comments and try to twist the story. And so I appreciate the privilege that you've given me to express that. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Why did it get dropped?
That was longer than 3 minutes.
This will be the final warning, if I may, Madam Mayor. There are certain members in the audience you do not have the right to speak out or yell out from the audience. You have had your 3 minutes at the microphone. No one has interrupted you during any of your comments. The provisions of the Brown Act allow for individuals who disrupt a meeting to be removed. We have an officer in the back of the room that will help assist in that. So I would strongly urge members of the audience to respect these chambers. You may not agree with what's being said. Maybe we don't agree with what's being said when you come to the microphone, but there is a common courtesy and a requirement under the law that everyone who sits in that audience must demonstrate decorum and respect in these chambers. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we'll continue on with our regular business.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. We move on to regular business. We have items 5, 6, and 7 for regular business. We have one speaker card on item number 5, and we may move on to the consideration of adoption of specification and plans for construction of the Chet Hollifield Community Garden. That's item number 5.
So please call the speaker, Mr. City Clerk.
Do we want to
Yes,
take public comment before we even go into staff report? Why don't we do that, just so we get that resolved? Who's the
Speaker?
Who's the speaker?
We have Fiona Reimers for agenda item number 5. Mayor, it seems like she's not in the audience here with us.
Okay, thank you then. We move on to the item.
Yes.
And item number 5, presentations be given by Director of Public Works, Cesar Roldan.
Is it on? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Mr. City Manager, Mayor, council members, members of the audience, and fellow staff members. This presentation is a short presentation. We are looking to get authorization from City Council to adopt the specifications and plans associated with the Chet Holofield Community Garden, which is Capital Project 945. So the bid process timeline, if approved tonight, we will be placing this on Planet Bids, which is officially how the city goes about bidding projects. And this will be from January 29th to February 25th of 2026, where we allow contractors to ask questions, and those questions must be posed on or before February 16th of 2026. We go ahead and provide responses to those RFIs by the 19th of February. Bid opening, like I stated before, is February 25th, 2026 at 11 a.m. All bids are submitted electronically, and the city clerk receives them, and so does the finance department. Tentatively, if the contract is within the proposed budget, we would be taking this to City Council on March 25th of 2026. Benefits of a community garden. So we have access to fresh, affordable produce. This is an opportunity for our community to have healthy opportunities with lifestyles. They engage in community connection, supports pollinate and air quality. Many of our bees in a lot of the areas are dying just because they don't have the proper vegetation out there to pollinate. And it also activates underutilized public spaces. The project scope of work. So we're looking to put in brand new planters and fencing. We're developing a path and curb and sidewalk improvements and enhancements. We're also cleaning up the parking lot, which is right next to the site. We also have to comply with ADA and to ensure that it's accessible to all our residents and community members. Related site infrastructure to support long-term and maintenance and public use. So that's something that we're really looking forward to, working besides our Parks and Recreation Department to ensure that it is utilized in its proper way and that we monitor the site as best as possible. And with that, I will take any questions from the City Council. Thank you so much.
Any questions for Mr. Roldan? Councilmember Melendez.
Thank you, Mayor. All right. Thank you, Mayor.
No questions, but rather a comment here.
Yes, council member?
Yeah, great. Yeah, well, first and foremost, Mr. Rodan, I appreciate all hard work for putting another project together that benefits the South. You know, this council, since I joined, has done a tremendous amount of work to improve the South. This is just one more of those projects. Community garden, the police community resource center, the Bluff Road project, the community cleanup events. We are doing absolutely everything and everything is that we're going to do to make improvements in the South. And this is one more project, and I appreciate all the hard work that you and your staff have done to put this together.
Thank you, Councilmember Alonso. We also had Councilmember Melendez.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for the presentation. I know this is more of a kind of like the public works portion of it. So I don't know if this question is more directed to Director Sosnowski, but in regards to once the completion of this community garden, is there a group or an association that's going to maintain this community garden? I just wanted to see if I can get some clarification on that. And then before that question, just also want to acknowledge a resident D who's been advocating for this type of community garden in our community. So she's met with staff and several of my colleagues, and she's been very involved. So just to want to give her credit as well.
Councilor Melendez, Director Sosnowski can address it. Programming and maintenance is something that we've been talking about in terms of this project.
Thank you, City Manager. Thank you, Council Member, for the question. So to answer your question specifically, the city contracted with the Los Angeles Community Garden Council many years ago when this project was starting to be put together. We're using Measure A. So Measure A funds will be used to help build the project, but also help maintain the project, and we'll be using the services of the Los Angeles Community Garden Council, who has vast experience, more than city staff have as well. So we're excited to bring this project to Hollyfield Park and thank Cesar Roldan and his team for helping us get to the finish line. So the Community Garden Council used the public input as well as the city's park master plan to design it at the landscape architect level, and the Public Works Department took it to the professional level to get out to bid here finally. So yes, to answer your question, the Los Angeles Community Garden Council will help operate the garden. There will be fees associated with that, but city staff will bring that back together when we're ready to open the garden.
Thank you.
My question was very similar, Mayor. It was just in terms of types of programming that we can have. I think working with organizations, as we know, tree people, a lot of the programming that they center around is teaching people how to nurture and care for plants and instill the green thumb in residents. And so that would be a neat opportunity in terms of any workshops or classes that we can have there at the community garden would be great. And even getting our local schools or even, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts involved in that would be something very neat. Thank you for that consideration.
Any other comments, questions? So thank you, Mr. Roldan, for your presentation. It looks like we will be having a community garden in the very near future at Shed Hollyfield, and it's going to complement all the other amenities that we have going on the south side. Thank you. Can we get a motion and a second to approve?
I'll motion to approve.
I second.
So motion by Councilmember Peralta, second by Mayor Pro Tem. Can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Peralta.
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez.
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero.
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo.
Aye. The item passes. On to item number 6, the adopt the resolution approving Montebello's bus line fiscal years 2027 through 29, the short-range transit plan. We have a presentation.
Good evening, Mayor Tamayo and honorable members of the City Council. John Soria, Director of Transportation. The item that we have before you this evening is a short-range transit plan that identifies and highlights the achievements and goals and priorities that we've outlined for the next 3 years, covering 27, 28, and 29. One of the goals that isn't in this short-range transit plan is one of our non-transit department goals that we've established internally. But we will be highlighting this evening through our presentation and our presenters. One of the things that we've been very intentional about is establishing an active learning environment that prioritizes training and development. So we believe it's an environment that we've created that helps create a path that connects our employees to the department's goals and priorities and allows these employees to see how their work contributes to the city's overall success. So this evening, to present our short-range transit plan are two of our analysts. We have Senior Management Analyst Leslie Peralta and Senior Management Analyst Robert Fierro Jr., who will be presenting this item to you this evening.
For this evening for consideration to adopt resolution 2606, approving Montebello bus line fiscal year 27 through 29 short range transit plan, also known as
A little bit of an overview of the department. The city began offering municipal bus service in 1922. This later transitioned to what we know as today Montebello bus lines in 1931. This means that we have completed 95 years of uninterrupted municipal bus service. A little bit of an overview of the service we provide. We provide service in nearly 15 different cities and greater portions of Los Angeles County area. This spans up north to South Pasadena, down south to the city of Southgate, to the west of downtown Los Angeles, and far east to the city of La Mirada. We operate a total of 49 revenue vehicles or buses across 7 local routes and 1 express route. We also offer specialized services such as a dial-a-taxi, which is provided to our senior citizens and disabled residents of Montebello. And as a part of our first mile and last mile plan, we do offer shuttle services to and from our Montebello Metro Link. A bit of the background of the SRTP. The SRTP is essentially a document that will outline or give a brief, in-depth overview of current projects and programs that Montebello Bus Line is currently pursuing. It also gives a brief outline of future deployments and initiatives that we will be pursuing in the next 3 years, specifically from fiscal year 27 through 29. This plan is structured in 4 different sections, 3 of them being narrative, explaining our service, our operation, and planning initiatives, with the last being required data tables, which is used for our funding, compliance, and reporting service purposes. Lastly, this is a triennial submission, meaning we submit this every 3 years to LA Metro. It's required to receive local, state, and federal funding. It also allows Montebello Bus Lines to align itself regionally with other partners in the area, and it's required for funding and compliance. I will now be passing this off to my colleague, Ms. Peralta.
Good evening. I will be going over our budget, funding, and regulatory requirements that are included in the SRTP. As you're aware, MBL is a municipal transit agency supported through an independent enterprise fund, meaning we don't operate off of the general fund. We receive formula funds determined by LA County Metropolitan Transportation Authority under the formula allocation procedure. We're also funded through state programs, fair revenue, and federal grants. A few of our funding sources include LA County sales tax measures such as Propositions A and C, and measures R and M, state programs including the Transportation Development Act, State Transit Assistance, and Low Carbon Transit Operations Program, and federal FTA formula and discretionary grants such as 5307 and 5339. In addition, MBL is consistently searching and applying for competitive grant opportunities to help fund our projects. MBL follows all requirements to remain compliant with all federal and state regulations. This includes annual financial audits, triennial state TDA performance audits, and Federal Transit Administration triennial reviews. These reviews cover key areas such as financial management, operations, maintenance, procurement, and civil rights compliance. MBL remains ADA compliant, having a fully accessible fleet. Our operators receive ADA training, and ADA policies were last updated in 2024. Our agency operates under a federally approved Title VI program, last updated in June 2025, and this program includes language assistance services, clear complaint procedures, and public participation opportunities.
Moving along, a couple of our accomplishments here in Montebello Bus Lines that we're proud to share with the council are listed here. A few that we'd like to point out is the purchase of 3 hydrogen fuel cell electric buses. This assists the department in transitioning to a fully zero-emission fleet by the year 2040, as mandated by the state of California. Another we'd like to point out is the Line 10 extension to Cal State University Los Angeles, Go Eagles. This offers access to Montebello residents and community members in surrounding areas to a public higher education institution. Lastly, Montebello Bus Lines has hired nearly 100 new staff since fiscal year 23, and that also includes 20 employee promotions. To the right, on the bottom right, you will see our wonderful staff on line 10 extension at Cal State University, Los Angeles. Towards the middle is one of our newly purchased hydrogen fuel cell electric buses. There's a fun fact, the only vapor that's going to be coming out of those buses is water. And to the left, you will see our dispatch support vehicles. This allows our dispatch supervisors to get on the road and hit the field when our operators need the assistance. Moving on. To our goals and strategic planning. Our goals listed here are pretty, would you say, strategic, specifically with our temporary hydrogen refueling solution. This is a project that started a few years back, which will assist us to fully transition to zero emission. I've already procured and awarded a vendor or a consultant that would assist us in planning and implementing these services. Another goal that we would like to point out is the bus stop improvement project. This project has been going on for the last couple of years, and we're actually towards the tail end. We're proud to share that this is going to be affecting all bus stops in city limits. This will be offering new materials, designs, and such. Looking ahead, our strategic planning, Montebello Bus Lines is in the middle of a procurement process to find a consultant to conduct an assessment to see if mobility hubs on key commercial corridors throughout Montebello is feasible, specifically on Montebello Boulevard. And lastly, service standards is always a priority to Montebello Bus Lines. We're always looking to cut headways, essentially cutting the time from one bus stop, leaving a stop to the next arriving, and also improving rider and operator experience. This is going to conclude the presentation, and we're happy to take questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from council?
I have comments.
Yes.
First of all, just thank you for the overview and for all your colleagues today who have presented specifically on our transit department. I do want to say I'm extremely excited about our hydrogen buses. Having the third largest municipal transit system in the county of LA, one of the best parts of my morning is driving to work downtown and I see a Montebello bus line bus. To know that we are out there servicing not only our residents, but residents beyond Montebello and taking mothers to work, kids to Cal State LA. It's just an immense service that we provide. And to now really take the route in terms of sustainability and going towards hydrogen is something very exciting. So I commend you all. It's not easy, and I know we're working in terms of trying to build out a permanent hydrogen refueling station, which is also a way for us to make money, right? We know hydrogen infrastructure is not very strong, so that's another way, another service we could provide to folks with hydrogen automobiles. And I also want to state that I'm extremely excited more specifically about our bus stop improvement project. That's going to be a complete overhaul of our bus stops here in the city of Montebello. We know a lot of them are obviously outdated, don't have shading, don't have signage, are not necessarily amenities that I would say at this moment I'm proud of. And so to be able to actually invest and overhaul and bring in bus stop improvements throughout the different bus stops here in the city is something that I'm really excited. And I know internally we've talked about what those designs look like, what those amenities can look like, what does the branding look like to really have pride in our bus stops here in the city. So I'm very excited about all that. And I thank you as well as your colleagues for all the incredible work that you're doing on that front end. Thank you.
Councilmember Melendez.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Mr. Soria, you brought the whole team here, rolling deep. Just wanted to kind of learn a little bit more about the Montebello Mobility Hub connectivity feasibility study. Kind of just what are you all thinking about that?
Yeah, so the Mobility Hub feasibility study, essentially we're going to be hiring consultants to conduct on key commercial corridors, specifically on Beverly, Whittier, and Washington, to see if it's even feasible to put mobility hubs. A mobility hub essentially is where community members who ride transit are able to get off on a specific stop to maybe transition to another bus or maybe a transition to another form of transportation. It kind of allows them to be centralized and offer easy and available access for them to be making these transitions.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? So
Mayor
thank
Tamayo,
you.
if I may, real briefly here.
Councilmember Alonso.
Oh, thank you, yeah. I appreciate the presentation. I'm also very excited about this. I'll share a quick anecdote. I used to take the pen when I was in high school a very long time ago. And as a former Golden Eagle, I was very excited to find out that that bus is now, potentially going to continue taking kids to high school as well, but now all the way up to college. I think that's incredible. It's phenomenal. It makes me really proud to be part of this and to help people achieve and attain a higher education. And I just get excited about some college kid going to Castellet on the 10. I think that's incredible. So I appreciate the hard work. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you. So as a proud bus rider, I thank you also for all your hard work, and it's definitely the expansions you talked about, being safe and compliant and making it a pleasure to ride those buses. And also looking forward to what's to come with the hydrogen fuel buses and the zero emissions and working through that. So thank you for your efforts. Appreciate it.
Mayor Tamayo, if I may just add one last thing. Speaking about the hydrogen buses as well as the bus stop improvement project, both Robert and Leslie have been instrumental. They've had some intimate knowledge and hands-on experience. Just in March of 2025, they both presented before the LA Metro Board, assisting Montebello bus lines in seeking additional funding. They both provided presentations that were scored #1 in their respective categories. So they were both able to secure additional funding for us to help fund the BSIP as well as the additional purchase of fuel cell electric buses. So they have a lot of hands-on experience with their projects, and they've been doing a lot of great work for Montebello bus lines and for the city of Montebello.
Thank you and congratulations. We're happy
Thank
to
you.
have you on the
Excellent
team.
work.
Yes. So for this item, can I get a motion and a second?
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Peralta, second by Mayor Pro Tem Romero. Can you please call the roll?
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez,
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso, Mayor Pro Tem Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo.
And I vote aye. Item passes. Item number 7, approve professional services agreement with White Memorial Hospital to provide in-custody medical services. We have a presentation.
Yes, presentation, Director Michael Solarza and Chief Lopez as well.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, City Council. So before you this evening is approval of a professional service agreement between the city and White Memorial Hospital for the provision of in-custody medical services. So just a brief history here. The city had a long-standing arrangement with Beverly Hospital for provision of in-custody medical care. And I'll turn over to the chief in a few seconds here to kind of explain the background there on in-custody medical care. The arrangement was never formalized. We had a memorandum and past practice as guides, but there was never any formal agreement establishing the services or the rates between the city and Beverly. This agreement now in front of you will formalize that agreement, sets prices and the types of services that White Memorial will provide for those individuals who are in custody needing medical care. So I want to kind of turn it over to our police chief to kind of explain what brought us to this decision tonight and all of the work that he and his staff did to help get us here.
Thank you, Mike, Madam Mayor, City Council, and community. So with this project beginning in the summer of 2023 and coming forward, the city was faced with several outstanding invoices for care for people that are arrested. And so historically, if someone's arrested and they have any injury or any illness, we need to get what's called an OK to book, which is an OK by a medical professional at a hospital or a medical facility to be booked once their injuries are taken care of. If the suspect or subject is injured during a police contact, the city is required to not only give them the treatment, but then pay for the treatment. But if the suspect has a precondition, a medical condition that they have that needs treatment before they can go into a jail, we also have to take them into a hospital. And that's where this agreement became problematic for the city, because we were being billed for someone's medical conditions that had nothing to do with the arrest. So beginning in the summer of '23, but really diving deep into it last February, we realized that we were presented with bills in excess of $900,000. So what we did is we developed a strategy at the police department, working with our finance partners, to go through every single invoice, go back through every single arrest and every police contact, and use the penal code section, which specifies how much the city has to pay. And with working together, we put several people on it, exclusively on it, and knowing that we were facing almost $1 million in expense to the city. I'm proud to say that with the diligent work of our staff, as well as our finance partners, we got that down to $28,000. So a savings to the city of over $900,000. And this agreement that finance has worked on will further solidify the prices, when we can be charged, what we should be charged for. And by having an agreement, we won't have to deal with invoices coming in that we don't know what the charges are, and then we're presented with having to pay for them. So luckily, with both departments just putting our heads together, we really dove really deep and went through everything rather than just pay for it. And it was really important to us, being good stewards with the city finances, with the community's money, to make sure that we didn't pay anything that wasn't owed by the city. And luckily, we got that price down to $28,000.
Yeah, and you know, again, I do want to, I want to emphasize the effort on the chief's behalf and his staff. Just, you know, prior administration, okay, prior to him sitting there, prior to Raul sitting there, was pretty close to just saying, oh, okay, is that what we owe? That's what we're going to pay. It took a lot of work, but through that due diligence, and we were finding bills that weren't even ours, that just somehow ended up in the system. And again, not casting blame. That's what happens when you have a bankruptcy, right? I mean, White Memorial is trying to pick up the paperwork from Beverly, and there's all this trying to who pays for what. So really hats off to the Chief Lopez and his staff's work and diligence, and really, I mean, literally going bill by bill and figuring out what is legit and what isn't. So, and again, you know, kudos to Raul and the White Memorial staff working together and getting us to this agreement. So again, what governs this is there's a California Court of Appeals ruling. There's penal code, health and safety code sections that dictate what the city's on the hook for versus what the arrestee or the hospital has to pay for. So all of that is now memorialized in this agreement, and you know, hopefully moving forward, we won't have these kinds of situations again. And this is an agreement that can be updated, and as prices increase, right, this will come again in 3 years, and you know, through negotiations, we can come up with new services or new prices. But it's very transparent. We're not going to be, hopefully, hit with some surprise $1 million bill in the future. So again, that's what's in front of council today. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayor, Councilman, I just want to commend staff, Chief, Michael, our risk managers. There was many people that worked on this over 2 years. Chief and his staff personally spent 8-9 months just literally auditing all our records and ensuring that everything was correct, and not casting blame on the hospital. This is, you know, transitions, especially in acquisitions hospitals, are very complex. This was one of those issues that was never addressed when the transition happened. And you know, we were saddled with this large bill, and it took a long time, a lot of negotiations, but like staff mentioned, almost $900,000 savings. So twofold, this is a win for the city, financially saving all those cost savings, but also finally having a well-established formal agreement between us and a hospital. It's one of our cornerstones of our city. where we're able to communicate effectively, get billed for what we're supposed to be billed for, and then have an ongoing partnership with them. So thank you. Thank you, staff.
Any questions or comments from council? Councilmember Melendez.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the whole team that worked on this. Just for, it is huge. It's such a big difference from the original amount that was owed to what we have to pay. But this was, this took place just because of the transition, right? It's not something that we were paying before with Beverly Hospital. It was just when that transition happened that we just kind of didn't really have an agreement.
You want to take it?
Yes, yeah, that's correct, council member. So as part of the research, we looked back, and going back 6-7 years, the annual cost for this service is under $15,000. So historically, and that's about what we pay for, services that we have to pay for, about $15,000. So this 900 plus was, again, that's what happens when you go through a bankruptcy. It's messy, and I think they were just trying to pick up paperwork and figuring out who owes what.
Got it. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Well, thank you for your diligence on this. This was a huge task, but it was a big money saver for the city. So thank you. With that, can I get a motion and a second for this item?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
So motion by Councilmember Melendez, second by Councilmember Peralta. If we can call roll.
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez,
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso, Mayor Pro Tem Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo.
Aye. Item passes. So on to our consent calendar, Mr. City Attorney.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. We have consent agenda items tonight, items number 8 through 15. All of these items are considered to be routine. All these items will be approved in a single motion unless a council member wishes to pull any of the items. We have no speaker cards for consent agenda tonight. And with that, Mayor, if I may pull the City Council.
Yes, please.
Starting with.
Oh, here you go.
Starting with Councilmember Peralta. Any items?
No items.
Thank you. Councilmember Melendez.
No items.
Thank you. Councilmember Alonso, do you have any items?
No items.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Romero.
No items.
And Mayor Tamayo, do you have any items?
No items.
It'd be appropriate to entertain a motion to approve items 8 through 15.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
So we have a motion by Councilmember Melendez, second by Councilmember Peralta. Please take roll.
Councilmember Peralta,
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez,
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero,
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo.
Aye. That takes care of our consent items. On to AB 1234 travel reports. Anybody? Okay. Council orals. We'll start with Councilmember Peralta.
Yes, my first oral is in regards to our park restroom facility renovations, and so, this isn't something new. I think for decades long, many of our restroom facilities have, currently deserve some, I think, love. There's a lot of issues in terms of just renovations that need to happen. I think there has, at times been Band-Aid solutions, but that's not enough. I know last year, a lot of us have visited a lot of our facilities, have gone down, have talked to our sports clubs in terms of the issues that they have raised. And through that level of advocacy last year, we were able to, I believe, allocate $200,000 or $300,000 for restroom renovations. But I'll be very honest, that's not enough to tackle decade-long issues that we've had with these facilities. As someone that has lived here for many years, who grew up going to our parks, It's important that as a city, we do take pride in terms of the facilities that we provide to our youth and to our families. Many of our families use our parks as a safe space. And to be able to provide those amenities and basic necessities is something that we do need to prioritize. And so what I'm asking of my colleagues is consensus to prioritize restroom renovations, to direct staff to evaluate the different options that we have, whether it's prefabricated modular restrooms. I know some cities have used that concept, which is a third of actually investing in fully renovating a bathroom. And those modular restrooms are actually really nice. Many of them come with anti-vandalism mechanisms, or figuring out which existing facilities can use a little bit more funding to just at least bring them up to code and up to date. I think that there's different types of funding strategies that we can leverage, whether it's CDBG grants or really prioritizing the funding that we do have within our budget to ensure that we are really ripping off the Band-Aid and beginning to actively address these issues. Because for a long time now, I think, it hasn't necessarily been prioritized. We've tried to put Band-Aid solutions, but I think we really need an actionable plan to begin tackling those facilities. And so what I'm asking from my colleagues is consensus so that staff can come back to us with an actionable plan to begin investing and upgrading these facilities within our different parks.
Just if I can speak additionally to the council members, Councilor, I think it's something that is extremely important to all of us in regards to the restroom and to the upkeep of our facilities. Last year we did have I believe we were, Congresswoman Sanchez did provide a community funding request to provide some heavy funding for that. And, every administration chooses whether to continue with the community funding request or not. And unfortunately, we did not, this administration came in and did not grant that money, but that was going to be a heavy investment that was going to be done to our restrooms. Aside from everything that you stated here, Councilman, I think it's also important, if I can add, as we adopt the budget, for opportunities there, but maybe we also need to look whether we need to bond for, to fix the majority of our restrooms, right? I know in the past we've prioritized bonding for some streets and we've done different things, but maybe that's something too that we can start looking at. And I know there's been conversations, and that's something that you're looking to as well, City Manager, because I think there definitely has to be a heavy investment into a lot of our facilities. So just wanted to add that as well.
Thank you.
Can I roll call? Oh, can we do roll call, or do we need to do roll call?
Not yet.
Yes, we have a motion, a second on consent, correct? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
We're at council orals, but we didn't do
No,
consent.
right, so
Okay.
she's.
So correcting the previous item, we're back to.
Oh.
Yeah, we're on council orals.
Great, but I
Yes.
asked, I thought we did.
I think, no, Councilmember Peralta is seeking for council consensus. So would you like me to do a roll call for that?
Consensus, I'm sorry.
Consensus, yes.
Sorry. Yes, we do need a roll call on that, because everything has to be by
So we
roll
need
call
a
tonight.
motion and a second, correct?
No, just a
no,
roll call.
No, you
Consensus?
just-
Okay.
You just go down the line and ask if that's in agreement with your colleagues.
Okay. Let's see, we'll go down the row. Oh, please call the roll.
Councilmember Peralta?
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo?
Aye.
And I did want to just take, it's not on the agenda, but just really wanted to quickly speak on an item that I think is really important for our city. And I know earlier one of the residents did touch upon it in terms of data centers. We've all seen what's unfolded and unraveled in the city of Monterey Park in terms of data centers. And really, all of us, I think, in this moment, understanding the issues that they bring to our local communities, as well as just the issues they bring to the health of our residents. And so I think for us, as a city being next to Monterey Park, and I know other cities are also dealing with data center projects, potentially, applications coming, I think it is important for us to really be preventative and take action prior to a project coming forth and kind of catching everyone off guard and, causing, I would say, fear among our community. And so generally speaking, I think I hope our city manager and city can just really consider what actions can be taken in the near future in terms of banning and prohibiting data centers. And obviously that will be a discussion that council can have in terms of how we all feel about that. But just wanted to have those comments.
Thank you. Okay. Council orals, we'll continue with Councilmember Alonso.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Tonight I'm asking for council consensus on something that extremely important to me and the youth and signing engineers in the city. And I'll say name a few of them off the top of my head. As a matter of fact, we met one at the last council meeting. What I'd like for us to do is I'd like for us to host an Engineers Day here in Montebello in February during National Engineers Week. Hands-on activities, kids building things, asking questions, and seeing what actual engineering really looks like. This is about inspiring the next generation and really showing them what these careers are real and that they're accessible and what being an engineer is like. And so I'm asking for council consensus to move this forward and to have staff look at how we can make this happen. And may I have a roll call on this, please?
Thank you, Councilmember Alonso. So this is to establish an engineer's date. Do we get consensus for that? If we could get, call the roll, please. for
Councilmember
consensus.
Peralta?
This is just for consensus, so if you agree with the request, all you have to say is yes. It's not a formal motion, but yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Councilmember Melendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo?
Aye. Okay, that takes us to your second oral, Councilmember.
Yes. I appreciate it, absolutely. I want to ask again for council consensus, this time to establish key signature events in South Montebello. As we all know, this area has been historically lacking in terms of programming activities. This past Christmas, we had a beautiful tree lighting ceremony that was great, and it was a great start, and it showed what we, we're definitely putting in effort and making sure that the city knows that the council is making an effort. But it shouldn't just be a one-time thing. We should be establishing more year-round events, including the Engineers Day next month. And we really want to bring people together and inspire the next generation of not just engineers, but people in the city. So I'm asking for council consensus to move forward with identifying and building out additional signature events in South Montebello. And may I please have one more roll call for this as well.
Councilmember Peralta?
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo?
Aye. Thank you, Councilmember, for your orals. We'll move on to Mayor Pro Tem Romero.
Yes, thank you. On February 28th, 1991, major combat operations of Operation Desert Storm ended. This year marks the 35th anniversary of Operation Desert Storm, and I'm requesting a resolution to be passed to honor the actions of our soldiers. As a Vietnam veteran and also somebody who works at the VA, I know all too well how the effects of wars leave our veterans. We saw it with Vietnam. Our veterans were not welcomed home. They weren't acknowledged. and it's definitely, it's impacted our soldiers. I recently lost a friend this past week who was a Vietnam veteran, and he struggled with the results of what war left for him, and as a result, he passed away. I'll just say that. And so I'd really like to just acknowledge the sacrifice that our veterans have made, and I'm asking for my fellow council members to pass a resolution honoring our Operation Desert Storm veterans.
So we'll get consensus for that as well, please.
Councilor Peralta?
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo?
Aye. Thank you. Do you have a second?
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
have two more. Yes. I would like to request for additional lighting on the corner of Howard and Beverly. I recently went to that intersection. It's a very busy intersection, and there is a residence. It's called Golden Manor. We have seniors that live there, and also a number of veterans that live there as well. And they cross that intersection all day long. They go to 7-Eleven, and that's basically their outlet. And I did time the light, and it seems like it was definitely enough time. I know that the timing had been increased a couple of years ago, I believe. So I just wanted to ensure, I even timed how long it took for our residents to cross the street. I wanted to see like on average, I think it was like 20 seconds or so for people to kind of get across that street. But I'm just requesting for additional lighting. I know we can't do it at every intersection in our city. But these are seniors, and I just want to ensure that we're taking every possible precaution to ensure that incidents don't occur, and just to keep them safe, and see if we can look into getting some additional lighting there.
Councilmember, on this item, if I may just suggest a friendly amendment on the wording, and it's probably semantics, but as written, requesting it reads more as an action item, like that we would do it, if you don't mind, asking staff to evaluate the lighting on this intersection. And the only reason I mentioned, just because lighting standards, utilities, there's a lot of factors that go into what we're able to put or not put without knowing all those exact details. That's the only reason that I would say asking staff to evaluate it. And obviously, if it is warranted, that's something that we'll definitely bring back to council. But we definitely want to take a look at that lighting, as you mentioned.
Yes, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh.
And then I have one more oral. I'd like to read one more.
You want to just take a really quick consensus? Well, I
sorry.
think it's fine, but yeah.
We'll call roll for that
Just for the
item.
record.
Councilmember Peralta?
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo?
Aye. Okay, our third one. Thank you.
And then for my third and last, thank you for being patient. I am proposing an expansion of our military banner program to better reflect the full Montebello community and all of who serve it. The goal is to honor more of the brave men and women connected to Montebello while keeping the integrity and spirit of the program intact. I believe this expansion is needed because Montebello is more than its residents. Our city employees, volunteers, and nonprofit service clubs are essential to our community's identity. Many of these individuals have family members who have served or are currently serving in the military, and they deserve the same opportunity to honor them. This expansion strengthens our connection to those who protect our freedoms while recognizing those who serve our city every day. I propose the expansion include the eligibility of Montebello City employees, full-time, part-time, and retired. It would also include our registered city volunteers who give countless hours to support programs, events, and public safety efforts. And importantly, it includes members of Montebello-based nonprofit service clubs, organizations like the American Legion, Elks, Lions, Montebello Women's Club, Rotary, Seroptimus, and other local service groups that contribute so much to our community. I suggests the honorary must still be an active duty service member or a veteran. Proof of military service, DD-214, military ID, or official documentation. Employees can show an ID badge, pay stub, or letter from their department. Volunteers can provide a registration confirmation of a verification from their supervising department. Service club members can provide a membership card or a letter from their club leadership. This expansion strengthens our sense of unity and belonging to our city. It acknowledges the many ways people serve Montebello through public service, volunteerism, or nonprofit leadership. It allows more families to proudly honor their loved ones who have served our country. This is a meaningful, inclusive, and community-driven update to the program that already brings pride in our city. I respectfully ask my colleagues to support this expansion as we honor more of the heroes connected to Montebello.
Thank you.
Councilmember Peralta?
Aye.
Councilmember Melendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Alonso?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero?
Aye.
Mayor Tamayo?
Aye.
Mayor, before we conclude the meeting or go towards the end, if I may, just on the areas of community interest, I didn't get opportunity. I did want to mention one thing that's very, very important that I want the residents to be aware. This year around this time, we started beginning our budget process. Starting in 2024, we began to do community budget meetings in various areas throughout the city. And the goal of these community budget meetings, it's really simple for us to go out there and just educate people about the budget and then get their direct feedback. The 2 years that we've done it, these have been really, really fruitful in many ways. I would even say that there's been quite a few things that actually been recommended during these meetings that have been brought up to the budget that have become actual, tangible projects and initiatives that have been implemented in our city. Most notably, having community service offices in our parks that actually came up in our budget meeting. So we do really take your feedback seriously. We invite you to our budget meetings. The first one's actually going to be next Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's a new location for us. We're actually going to be doing it at the Metro Heights project. So we invite all the members to attend. Again, next Tuesday at 6 p.m. is the first one, and then we're going to have 2 more after that, one at City Park at the Senior Center, and then one in South Montebello. All this information is going to be posted on social media. It's going to be disseminated through all our channels, but the first one is next Tuesday at 6 p.m., and we want to invite everybody from the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Yes, please join us at the community budget meetings. It's very important to get input. Okay, with that, we could adjourn the meeting at 9:17. Thank you for attending.